Now, you may not think this is funny, but I think it's funny because I experienced it. I'm going to give you my Deseret Industries report. How to rip off the retarded people. How to get donations for free and then sell them at prices that have gone up 30% in the last 4 months. As the Mormon church runs out of money, it raises the prices of Desert Industries secondhand clothing so the poor can build another mall. All right, now I do go to Desert Industries because I want my tithing money back. I've asked for it like 5 times and they won't give it to me. So I go over to Desert Industries and I see good deals. Now, sometimes they're good deals and sometimes they're not. Now, let me tell you about my telephone journey at Desert Industries. I see this beautiful old-fashioned red phone. It sits on the table. It's not it's a landline, and it's red, and it's got the number punches on the front of it. And I go, hey, that's a good deal. $2 or $3. I think that was two. So I bring it home. I plug it in. I go, damn, it works for $2. A nice phone like that is a good deal. I said, okay. So I said to my wife, I said, would you call me on your cell phone, our home number, so I can see if the bell works? Damn, it worked. The bell rang. The phone was bitching. Well, I kept it there in the office area for a couple of days. Now I've got to call out. So I pick up my red nuclear Desert Industries phone. I'm sure it was from Richard Nixon's time. And I punch in the telephone number. It doesn't call. None of the numbers worked. Not one. You couldn't dial 911 if you had, an emergency. So here I have this big red phone, has a beautiful bell on it. You can hear the bell through the whole house. And if the phone rings somewhere, you can pick up and talk on it. That's bitching. It does most things. But when someone calls you, or you want to call someone, like the complaint department in the Mormon church, it doesn't call anywhere. So I'm sure it came out of the complaint department at the church office building. So I said, well, what are the chances? Most of the things that I've gotten over there, I have to be honest, most of the things have worked. So I went and I bought another phone. And I hooked it up and I began to test it, which you have to do with DI phones. And this one hangs on the wall. That's the one I really like. And it's a landline. I've got cordless phones, but I like the landline. So anyway, I put it on the wall there and plug it in. Damn, there's a dial tone. I go, geez, there's 1/3 of the phone. It's working. And I say, okay. Let me see if it calls out. Damn, it called out. And I says, this is cool. I got another phone for $2. Well, then we got a phone call, and I heard the red phone upstairs ringing. But my new phone, the bell doesn't work. So Monson is calling you for the apostleship. And you don't even know. You don't answer the phone. And so, Obama, or maybe it's Romney that wants you as his running mate. You don't get the call. So now I'm pissed again because I go, all right, so I line the red phone up because it rings. Then I line up the white phone because it dials out, but it doesn't ring. So now I have two phones to make one. So I go, shit. Now, I go, okay, screw this. So I go to Walmart and I buy a new phone for, I forget, $18 or something. And then I thought, well, shit. Maybe I could get one at DI that works and I could take the Walmart phone back and save. I'm going to gamble $2 to $3 to see if I can get 20. Okay. So I go to DI and the Walmart phone is sitting down on the couch ready to jump into service when all the DIs are dead, not ringing, not calling. I think the Walmart would do all of them. So I got the nice, what was it? Green phone. No, I got the green phone. And so I put the green phone down at my office downstairs, and I started testing the green phone. Well, it did ring, and it did dial out, but the static was so bad you couldn't hear crap, and it wasn't there. Now I've got three phones. One calls, one rings, the other one I forgot dials. So now I have a desk of three phones looking very important. And when one of my kids comes in and says, "Can I use the phone?" and I have to say, "What do you want to use it for?" and then have to point which one they have to use. So I go, well, all right. So I ripped that one off the wall, and he went to the celestial kingdom. He was under 8 years old, so he made it in. He made it in. So I was just waiting for the Walmart phone to get my money back. And I thought, God, I should try one more time at DI because I'm not usually a gambler. But I'll gamble on a $2 phone. So I went back over to DI because I was going to put one in Abby's desk, or she's in her room. And my teenager, I don't want a phone. I have an iPad or iPod, and I don't care. You're going to have a phone in there. So I went and got another green phone because I thought, well, I'm having better luck with the green phones than the red, than the white. So I bring it home, and it's heavy. It's a Southwestern Bell, if you're not old enough to remember. But back in the old days, you could take a phone and run over it with a truck. And you just pick it up and call on it. I mean, these phones are rugged back then. Bell telephones, etc. So I bring it home, and I plug it in. And it calls great. And you can talk on it. And I told my wife, I said, "Would you mind calling the home number again and let me see if I got ripped off or it's really going to ring?" I said, after 4 or 5 phones, one should work. Well, she calls, and it rings. Now, you can hear the ring if you're a mouse, and your ear is right against the damn phone. It rings so low that if you're breathing, you can't hear it. So it's better than the red one. The red one doesn't ring at all. So if you sit there with your head against the phone, if there's a phone call, you'll hear it a little bit. So anyway, that's been my experience with the phone road at DI. Now, I went over there the other day, and I have a need for a glass table, and it's sitting in Deseret Industries. I go, man, that's the one I've been looking for. So I go over to the glass table, check it out, and it's in good condition. And so I look at the price. Damn, it's $50. Now, that's a lot of money at Deseret Industries. Usually things, $15, $20, $25. So I called the manager over, okay, and I said, "Hey, you know what?" I said, that's not worth $50 at DI. I said, "I'll give you $40 for it right now, but I'm not going to give you $50. So she calls the other manager. They all look the same. Some of them are Down syndrome. Some of them are not. And the Downs do a good job over there. They do. And, the mentally ill, I'm not sure if they do as good a job. So anyway, he comes over, and I said, "Hey, I'll give you $40 for that, but not $50. He looks at the price tag on it. He goes, "Well, that's only been out here 4 or 5 days. And it has to be out 7 days before we'll lower the price. And the price will lower this Tuesday at 9 a.m. I said, "What do you want me to do? Sit in one of those rocking chairs and wait?" He goes, "Do what you want." I said, "Well, I'm going home." So the next day, I go back into DI because I'm addicted. I'm addicted. It's like an ongoing garage sales, and I love garage sales. So I go back in, and I'm sitting on the couch looking at the table yesterday that I was thinking of trying to buy. And a manager walked by me, and I said, "I really wanted to buy that table yesterday." And he said, "Well, let me take a look at it." So he walked over, and he said, "Well, it's $30. I said, "I'll take it." They lost $20 by being stupid. This is Mormon psychology. It's the way they think. They don't. It's emotional. If he feels like it's $30 and the Holy Ghost told him to sell it to me, he'll sell it. So he offered it at $30. I snatched it up, brought the damn thing home, and it's sitting right over there. And I just bought 2 bottles of wine, which I've only bought 1 other bottle in my whole life. And I put 2 bottles of really nice wine sitting on it, and some glasses. And the Deseret Industries table will be serving wine to me the rest of my life, which could not be till tomorrow. Who knows? All right, so there we go. Now, the other thing that I had over at Deseret Industries was I bought clocks. Now, I like clocks. I don't know why, because half the time I don't know what time it is. And so I have clocks like everywhere. And most of the clocks they sell over there, they need batteries to test them. Well, you're not allowed to test them because you're not carrying a AA battery. And so I brought a great big one home the other day. Well, it's been about 4 months ago. And plugged it in. And the hand started moving. The damn hand fell off the clock. I'm out there with a screwdriver and with pliers going, you son of a bitch. I'm trying to get my money on the clock because I think it was $4. Well, it's a pretty clock, so I left it on the wall, but it doesn't tell time. And it's very similar to the Mormon church. You know, it can be pretty at times, but most of the time it doesn't work. So, you know, my clock bit the dust. My clock bit the dust. Well, then I went in and, you know, I told you I built a jacuzzi in my master bedroom down there. And I bought a big chandelier that goes almost the length of the room. And I brought it in, and it didn't work. So it had to go to the trash. So now I'm out with the trash with that damn piece. So I've hit the trash, I've hit the bad phones, I've hit the bad clocks, and there's been other experiences over at DI, but they have raised their prices 30% in the last 3 or 4 months. And boy, they're not negotiable unless it's been sitting there. I didn't know they were. They used to be, not negotiable. Let me tell you one more thing. I don't have it with me. It's on the counter downstairs. A couple of months ago, I went into DI, and I had something that was broken. I can't remember what it was because the list is so long. But I walked in. I said, do you have a manager here? And they go, yeah. And so the guy with the suit and the tie and the garments, he comes out, and the badge. He comes out like some kind of an authority. And I said, you know, I bought this in here the other day, and I wasn't able to test it. And when I took it home, it doesn't work. He says, well, that's too bad. And I said, yeah, it is too bad. Because the uniform, what do they call that? The uniform code says that when you sell something, it's got to be fit for what it was used for or made to be used for. I said, you sold me this and it's not fit. So the uniform code, commercial code, you're not obeying. And he said, well, we sell things here as is. And that's the way you become a Mormon. As is. The church doesn't change. Well, it changes when it gets sued. But anyway, the church is as is, and so Deseret Industries is as is. And I said, well, here's my sales receipt, and it doesn't say that on my sales receipt. He says, it doesn't? No, I have a master's degree. I'm looking at it, see? It doesn't say as is. Well, it was only 3 or 4 weeks after I had that little discussion with the manager. Now all the sales receipts in our area from the DI say on the bottom, all items are sold as is. No warranty, no guarantee, and no return of items. Now they'll let you return clothes within a day or two because clothes are so cheap and they get so many clothes. So if you get the wrong shoes for a kid or the wrong pants, that's a good deal, I guess. You can exchange it. You can't. Never try to get money from a Mormon authority. You are never going to get $1 from a Mormon authority. They don't give money. They take money. It's donation time. So anyway, for whatever good that is, at least when you shop at DI now, it'll say, you're screwed. Test this. Now, I had a lamp. I just bought a chandelier, and it's beautiful. You know, I'll tell you, there's some things over there that are good deals because most Mormon men are not handy. And, see, they don't masturbate, so they're not handy. Anyway, I'm just saying, I bought the chandelier, and I said to the young kid over there, I said, I'd like to test it. And he said, well, it doesn't have a plug on it. And I said, well, that doesn't bother me. So I just bared the 2 wires and stuck them in their plug. And the smoke just started coming out. He says, I told you that wasn't a good idea. And I said, well, it lit up, so I'm going to buy it. Do what you want with your plug. So I did buy that, and it's home, and it's going to go out right outside my window here. and be hung on that cathedral ceiling. So anyway, I'm warning you fair and square. Don't buy any phones at Deseret Industries. And there's some really good deals that come along, that do come along, and the prices are good. I mean, I got that chandelier for $20, and it's probably $350 chandelier. And some rich Mormon, had more money than you know what to do with, and he remodeled his house, and now I can look out there and see it and put a dimmer on it. That'd be cool. But anyway, I just wanted to share with you Deseret Industries, my experiences over there, and hope that your experiences are as good as mine, because I have got some good deals. But damn, don't buy a phone if you want to use it. Don't buy one, because it will not work.